This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, Chopper City reacts to Stevie J talking about trying to play the band in a way, and Chopper City for having to go get cheesecake and all that, you know, when they were in the band. And Chopper says, well, you know, he can joke all he wants, but I smashed his girl. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I think he did this on Vlad. And he's like, you know, back in Puerto Rico, when we were doing the Puerto Rican DJ event, Eve was there. And, you know, he alluded to it. He didn't say her name. He says, you know, it'll blow your mind to know who. And I believe him. Because Eve probably, you know, Stevie J was reckless back then. She was probably trying to get back at him. Like, you know, I'll smash one of Diddy's artists at the time. And she smashed him while she was on that retreat. And Stevie J was there. That's the funny thing. Stevie J is a cornball, man. Like, he's very talented with making beats and everything. But he's just so, like, look how creepy he is with Diddy. Like, you can't even tell me that he wasn't around at some of them Diddy parties, man. I'm surprised he ain't swept up in the indictment, to be honest with you. This guy was with him every step of the way. He said he was at the house when they raided it one time. I mean, ain't nobody getting no Stevie J beats right now. What's he doing? He's like, I was working. Working on what? Working on what, bro? Like, I remember Stevie J was down and out trying to live off of Havoc. I remember he was like always borrowing Havoc's truck. Like, he didn't have a car. Like, it was weird. And he was always around for that time, trying to get the sauce from Havoc, because I think the Hitmen had broken up at that time. 50 Cent hates this guy too, man. 50 Cent hates Stevie J. There's nothing much to like about Stevie J except for his beats. He's an annoying person. And Stevie J is trying to step in and defend Diddy over against 50. Let's like stop it. Okay. Young Thug still ain't dropping his album, man. He's out here. He's claiming the first to do things. He claims he was the first to take his daughter #1 on the charts. So what? Drop your album, bro. Zurski song on Slime Language 2 Deluxe YSL compilation officially dropped Billboard 200 albums back in 2021. Some folks questioned the veracity of this claim, pointing to Jay-Z's 444 in 2017 with the vocals of Blue Ivy Carter, plus the whole deluxe technically. Who cares? Young Thug collab that recently fell under scrutiny. What is this? Hinted 21 Savage feature on his next album. Okay. Bro, drop your album, bro. Conviction. Okay, so court upholds R. Kelly's convictions, but questions $270K restitution in herpes case. Jeez. Yo, R. Kelly was a beast, man. He was a monster. He had a real problem. So does Diddy. Yo, bro, I can't tell you how many people get in the comments and try to school me on Diddy. It's just... It's crazy. Let's see. So, I'll tell you something. Okay, so, a district judge. Let's see. I'll tell you something here. So, he does have a lot of complex cases, right? Trafficking claims against the mogul. Can proceed. Okay, so it says U.S. District Court Judge J. Paul Oakton. Okay, so I'm gonna have to prove some people wrong. Okay, so J. Paul Oakton. Let me look him up. And let me put this on the screen. Because some people are just like going crazy in the comments. Like, yeah, I'm getting sick of like commenters that think they know everything, right? So this is NBC News, right? And let's see, J. Paul Oakton, judge in any federal case. Okay. Okay. RICO Act allegations against Combs, his company, Combs Global, and his former chief of staff, who was named as a defendant in the Jones suit. Okay. Feds add 2 charges. Okay, so they added 2 charges, but they had dropped the RICO. That's all. He still has many more counts. So federal prosecutors on Friday announced 2 new charges against Diddy. Jailed the rapper and business mogul faced 5 counts under second superseding indictment, racketeering conspiracy. 2 counts of trafficking by force and fraud, coercion by 2 counts of transportation engaged in prostitution. So yeah, this is what happened. Okay, let's see here. So they add more charges. There's 4 alleged victims, and a lot of victims are going to anonymously testify. I never said he's free. I said some of the RICOs have been dismissed. That doesn't mean he's off the hook at all. A RICO is like, it's hard to prove a RICO. You have to have like the definition of a RICO. Let's read that. It doesn't make, it says Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. U.S. federal law enacted 1970 to combat organized crime. It has to be an organized crime with like multiple people. It allows for criminal penalties and civil lawsuits against who's engaged in racketeering activity. Doesn't matter. It was dismissed. It was dismissed. People were like, you don't know what you're doing. It was dismissed, okay? He has a lot of cases going on, okay? There's not a lot, and mostly it's in murder, bribery, extortion, and fraud, and money laundering. So it would be hard to prove anyways. It would be in the prosecution's interest to drop the RICO and go after the other stuff. Because there's plenty of other stuff. They have plenty of charges against him. All I said is that because they dropped that portion of it, it might be easier for him to get bail. All right, so Trap Lord Ross dropped his documentary on the fall of Big U. I mean, really, bro? Like, it's kind of milking it at this point. It's like, you know, we can talk about this to our eyes pop out. We all know who Big U is. He was the head of a gang. You thought he was a priest? No. So you're gonna go into the history of Big U. It's a documentary on Big U. Okay, that's it. The fall of Big U. Yeah, it's gonna be fall of Whack 100 soon too. They ain't done. Nicki Minaj was a target of a swatter who reported a shooting in Hidden Hills home. I'm glad she's okay. That is sad, man. That is sad. Yeah, I'm glad she's okay, because that can be very dangerous. Top 5 says the president and the boy. He says top 5 thinks he's the president of Canada. Yo, Drake embracing this guy is just dangerous, bro. It's dangerous in the fact that he just has he talks too much, you know? I would be like, yo, you got to chill if you can hang out with me. You got to stop going on the internet. Funny and everything, but the end results could be, you know, bad. It could end up getting people in trouble. The mother of Big U's alleged murder victim says he's guilty as charged. I know for a fact he's responsible. She did an interview with TMZ if you want to see. So, you know, as we know, Big U is accused of killing an artist of his, and he pled not guilty to it. But he says the artist dissed him, and she says why he was like, they asked her, why do you think that he killed your son? She says he doesn't like being told no. It's possible. I mean, maybe you just push the limits with him. It's no excuse. No excuse. And Irv Gotti has been passed on for a while. About 2 months now. Ja Rule goes on the Breakfast Club and talks about it, and he says, you know, we all thought he was getting better, and then he got a little worse, and then one day he was just gone, you know. And, you know, I just talked to him, he was getting better again after having a stroke, and boom, you know, life is precious, man. Life is precious. That's all I could say, man. I mean, you know, it's sad. Well, I'll check you on the next one. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace. Smash that like button for me.